Hello, this is day 2 of Joyce's Move. Does that rhyme? Day 2, move? Anyway, let's get at it.
Move.
We're
No.
looking at books. This is really hard for me. I pared down from the last move, but I had a friend named Eric Lieberman, an actor, and he helped me years ago by he'd take out a book, I'd say, oh, I want to keep that, and he'd say, how long have you had it? And, well, have you read any of it? Well, no, would somebody else enjoy it? Yeah. Okay, let's give that one away.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I did it with each book, and it felt really good. My Life in 3 Acts by Helen Hayes. I think I better keep that. My former mother-in-law. And I haven't read it for a while, but I think I should keep it. Definitely. Lily engaged my godmother, my fairy godmother, Lily, and that I keep. Let's keep. Bill Asher, when I was married to Bill, he had all of his scripts and everything he directed. He had bound in leather with the name of the show, and he had it done for me of the ones I did. But mine just took up one book. His take up rows and rows and rows of book. Isn't that a nice thing to have?
That's really nice.
Tolstoy and Vanities. Okay, let's keep her. Our family trip with the children.
Mm-hmm.
They did a book for us. Is that a great picture?
That is a great picture.
I love that. Oh, my friend, my 8th grade roommate wrote this book, Women of Privilege, 100 Years of Love and Loss in a Family on the Hudson Valley. It's wonderful. She's such a literate person. It's just beautifully written. Keep that. And this is written by her husband, who was a banker in England, and all about international banking and everything. Roger loved this book. And Lillian Gish's book, mine. And, oh, look what I found. My famous author.
What is it, Joyce?
It's called My 4 Hollywood Husbands, and, oh, she looks a little bit like me on a good day, not a losing day. I think I'll keep it. Shakespeare's sonnets. Oh, I love Shakespeare's sonnets. I can recite one, and I don't know why I remembered it, but I love it. When in disgrace, with heaven and men's eyes, I all alone beweep my outcast state, and trouble deaf heaven with my bootless cries, and look upon myself and curse my fate, wishing me to be like one more rich in scope, but desiring this man's art and that man's something scope, with what I most desire contented least. But in these thoughts, myself almost despising, aptly I think on thee, and then like the lark at break of day arises from sullen earth and sings hymns at heaven's gate. For thy sweet love remembers, such wealth brings, that I would fain to change my spot with kings. And I really messed it up some places. It's amazing how you can ad-lib Shakespeare.
I don't think everybody can do that. And I would clap for you, but my hands are full.
I just love that. And I don't know why I ever learned it. I was never asked to learn it as far as I know. I just think it's so beautiful. Okay, enough of that. I feel awful when I don't have time to read something that's been given to me, but it's really hard. This is a beautiful book. And it's really funny because it's beautiful photography. I didn't know, this is one of those miracle things that happens. I was doing a show about dyslexia with dyslexic children, some Hollywood stars. And I remember having this book since I was a young girl. And I loved the pictures. I couldn't read because I was dyslexic, but Look at these darling pictures. And I remembered it, I found it, and I thought, oh, this would be so great to do the titles for the musical that I did about dyslexia. And I went to look for something about how do I get the rights to do that. And then not knowing, she was one of Lillian Gish's best friends. And I got in touch through Lillian with her estate, and they said, of course you may use the pictures. I mean, what are the chances of that? I love those stories. Anyway, so keep that for sure. This is a wonderful book written by Rosalie, I used to call her Rosie, Rosalie Sharp. And it's, she's a wonderful artist and a collector of things, and her story is remarkable. So I recommend that book to people. It's called Rifke. And it's really good. I don't know if you can get it online, but it's a beautiful book. So You Want to Be a Director by Ken Anakin, who's a friend of mine. And Pauline Anakin, you know, is my friend. And this was, he directed several of Jimmy's films. James McArthur, my first husband. If you read my book, My Four Hollywood Husbands, you might read about this gentleman in that book. I know you will. I'll keep going. Okay, Amy Tan. Oh, I love her books. I'm not going to have time to read this one. Isn't that awful? But somebody else will read it and enjoy it and tell me all about it. It's amazing this book has made it through my life. It's all about Gertrude Lawrence. It's called Gertrude Lawrence as Mrs. A. And when I graduated from high school, which was amazing that I did, this was given to me by the school with an inscription that said, to Joyce Bulifant, presented by the faculty in recognition of her special ability in dramatics and in appreciation for her happy willingness to help in many fields of student activities. That's me, Silbury School, 1956. Okay. This is hard to get back. Oh, this is really good. I recommend this in the back of my book. My friend Margaret Sperling wrote it. It's about step parenting. And it's just a nice little book, and it's very helpful. So, I have a lot of friends who are authors, don't I?
You do?
This is written by our nephew, Roger's and my nephew, Scott Needham, about Roger's family, and that's quite a story that is worth reading. All in vaudeville. This is one, well, God, I've got to read this because it's one of my favorite books was Prince of Tides by Pat Conway.
Yes.
And also The Great Santini. And this book is called The Death of Santini. So I have to find time to read it. This was the hardest part. This is my very happy pride and joy. This is the center that Roger and I founded when I was president of Rotary, and I talked everybody into working on this project. And I had to go to the city planners, the sheriffs, the social department, everybody you can think of to make this dream happen. And it did, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's for a center for abused children and in Colorado. And it's all like a little cottage, a little home. And now it's grown so much that the county gave us a building across the street to expand. And if anyone would like to donate, it's called the Riverbridge Regional Center in Glenwood Springs for abused children. And it's funny, when Roger and I left Colorado, we furnished it with all of the furniture from our home. So Roger would walk in the door and he'd say, honey, I'm home. I said, no, this is for the children. Actually, he could have stayed there.